Now, I'm pretty sure we
Joining us
all
now to
heard.
talk
Let me pause
more
this
about.
right quick. I'm pretty sure we all heard of this Nashville bombing that just took place on Christmas. I believe that this guy was actually being gang stalked. I mean, once you start to pay attention to this story and read and watch as it unfolds, it becomes more clearer and clearer to me that this guy was a victim of organized stalking. I do believe that he definitely was a victim of this whole mind control thing, this whole system, that this program that they have us in. And my reasons you for saying that, you will see. Just watch this right quick.
The investigation is Dr. Errol Southers, a Homeland Security and Counterterrorism expert. He is the director of the Safe Communities Institute at the University of Southern California's Sol Price School of Public Policy. He is also a former FBI SWAT agent and Santa Monica police officer. Dr. Southers, thanks for joining us on News Nation again.
Thank you for having me.
So, Dr. Southers, if we could go back to last night, we asked you about your first impression if you were an investigator who was arriving at the scene. Given what we now know about the attacker, that it appears he was a lone wolf and appears to have been trying to send a message, what kinds of questions would you be asking now?
Well, the big question is always why. And we have an individual here who showed capacity and capability. He was described as an electronics and alarm system expert. He was an IT guy. In fact, some of his interviews of people who knew him back to high school called him kind of nerdy. He's a person that also in 1993 had an explosives handling permit, so he understood explosives. So he understood how to make an explosive device and put a timer on it.
Breaking developments in the Christmas explosion that rocked downtown Nashville. Federal authorities are now confirming 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner was the bomber. Among the evidence, surveillance footage that captured an audio warning playing from the parked RV in the moments leading up to the blast. A second angle shows the deadly force damage across multiple city blocks. Phone communications knocked out. Tonight, the FBI confirms DNA from human remains recovered at this crime scene belongs to Warner. His exact motive remains a mystery. And tonight, chilling new details from the hero officers who raced to evacuate.
Okay, now let's dig a little deeper. Let's go and read about him. Anthony Quinn Warner. Now, the reason I believe that this guy was actually being gang stalked is because it's a lot of signs that correlates with the whole program. And what I mean by that is the first clue emerged pointing toward a possible motive. Jeremy Finley reported that FBI agents have been pursuing tips that he, meaning Warner, was paranoid about 5G spying on Americans. Since the pandemic hit, conspiracy theories have raised that 5G cell phone towers spread COVID-19. Scientists have found the claims baseless. It they using those words because it don't give them COVID, but it give them the same symptoms as COVID. So by them saying that COVID is a flu strain and that is real, and the symptoms of radiation, EMF radiation exposure is the exact same as COVID, you can't say that it's giving you COVID-19. So that's double head how they trying to do that. But anyway. So this guy was worried about being spied on. However, that's only one motive being considered. The television station reported, asked about possible 5G motives. Authorities said only, we're aware of certain things online and we're looking at every possible angle. Let's read a little bit more about this guy. I found this very interesting too. Now they saying right before the explosion from the RV, it was playing a song. Now, it's just weird that they caught this and that they put this in the news article. They made sure to let people know that, well, this song was blasting from the RV before it exploded. The song Downtown by Petula Clark was playing from the RV right before the blast. Authorities said the song's lyrics start, when you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. That is very weird that they even can say that someone was close enough to know that that was playing from the RV. So we should have up close and personal cell phone footage, video, or some of that sort to verify that, because where did they get that from, and how is it possible if you guys seen the explosion and the blast radius of that explosion? Now, I say it appears that Warner was shedding elements of his already isolated life in recent weeks. He gave up a job. Now, we all know they love to isolate you. And he gave up a job early this month. He just quit the job, probably from being job mob, gaslit, and didn't know that he was being gang stalked. So everything went wrong in his life. And he had no clue that he was actually put on this domestic terroristic watch list. And they knew that he was much more capable in doing something deadly because they profiled him. They knew his background already. They knew he had a background in explosives. So they turned his life upside down just to create, just hoping that he would do something like this. And they led him to this path. I know they did. Just think about it. Think about it. They already profiled him, knew who he was, knew his background, and everything. So he lost a father. He was we already know that they like to target the lone wolf or the person out of the family who's more easily isolated. Warner, who was unmarried and childless, was self-employed in the IT area. A neighbor said state records show he once was licensed as an alarm contractor with a specialty in burglar alarms. Notice I ain't say nothing about the bombs in this one though. That he know how to build explosives. In recent years, the reclusive Warner, known as Tony to some, lost a father and brother, leaving him with few living family members. On Saturday, a Newsweek editor said DNA swabs were being collected from Warner's mother, possibly to identify human remains. Now, if this if this guy wanted to kill himself, he could have did that in the comfort of his home. He could have drove off a bridge, but this man knew exactly what he was doing. I mean, you could tell that he has some sort of heart, and because he gifted a lady in his life, as the article said, he signed his house. It says it right here. Documents show Warner transferred the home to a Los Angeles woman a month before the blast. However, it was the second house he quit claim to her in the past year, although the reasons is unclear. She probably hunted potted them, and she got paid out of the deal. She done got paid. She done got awarded 2 houses. It's unclear why he gave it to him. He ain't do it to family. He ain't give it to his mom, who they just went and collected a mouse swab from. He gave it to a lady all the way in Los Angeles, and he's in Nashville. Think about it. Think about it. But he was lonely. So if it was a significant other of his, or a spouse, or a girlfriend, or ex, then why would he give her 2 houses and then go build a bomb, drive downtown to Nashville, and detonate it? Why? That makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And it's a reason for everything. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens without a reason. Nothing happens without a reason. And he went through a lot and did a lot to prep and prepare for this. But why? I'm willing to bet this guy was gang stalked. I'm trying to tell you, I'm willing to bet that this is another false flag. This happened on Christmas. They know everything about the man already. Wow, but y'all couldn't prevent it, huh? Huh? Like y'all already aware of certain things online. So y'all already been following him and know everything about him online. Y'all know certain things about him online. They profiled this man. I believe he was tortured. I believe he was mind manipulated into doing this. It's nothing states. They noticed they didn't bring up a criminal background. None of that. He ain't have no run-ins with the law. He had no run-ins with law enforcement. They telling on themselves for real. They're dropping clues. The first clue emerged pointing toward a possible motive. And he was saying about he was paranoid. You see how they try to say that? You see how they threw he was paranoid. That's it. That's the whole paranoid delusional aspect that they're trying to point at. Bro, this man was gang stalked. This man was gang stalked, man. He definitely was a victim of MKR, this new Monarch program project, this mind control, this whole this program. He definitely was a victim of this program.